Right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So if you're not yet in a comfortable sitting position, go ahead and find your way there. You can use a prop or a block to prop the hips up a little bit if that feels comfortable. Just find somewhere that feels sustainable, comfortable. We're gonna do a bit of breath work to start today, and then also a chakra check-in. So the chakras are those 7 main energy centers that run right along the central channel of our body. And each of those chakras governs different qualities and how we work with those qualities in our life. So I'll remind you of what those qualities are as we check in with each of those chakras, and they're also correlated with a color. So I'll ask you to maybe visualize a ball of light that is the color of that chakra. So to begin, we're going to start at the root. So you can take your hands down to your hips. So just kind of resting right over where your hip bones are, or you could even rest your hands down at the top of your thighs if that feels more aligned for you. And then you can close the windows of your eyes down if that's feeling safe today. If it's not, you can just lower your gaze. Find something to focus your awareness on. We call this a drishti. Now start to take just a little bit deeper, slower, expansive breaths, drawing your awareness to that physical area in your own body, your roots. And this is represented by the color red. So in your mind's eye, you might visualize this ball of red or even rust color light. Our root chakra in Sanskrit is Muladhara. And this is our sense of safety. This is our sense of stability, survival, and belonging. So just for a moment, feel into what those qualities feel like to you. And then also check in on how those qualities are at work in your life right now, if they feel like they're in balance, if they're in depletion. Just a dedicated moment for the root. Now take your hands up just a little bit higher over the lower abdomen, the womb space. This is our sacral chakra. Svadhisthana. This is represented by the color orange. This is our emotion, our creativity, our sensuality, our flow. So feeling into this area and just noticing how those qualities are at work in your life right now, in excess and depletion. And now guide your hands up just a little bit higher, right over the center of your belly. You might bring to your mind a yellow color, almost like a sun. This is Manipura, our solar plexus. And this is our inner fire. This is our confidence, our personal power, and our motivation. Breathing into these qualities and how they're at work in your life right now. And now take your hands up over your heart, Anahata. Heart chakra. This is where love lives, empathy, connection, and balance. This is also the point of where our lower chakras transition or bridge to the higher chakras, the more dense energy of our lower chakras into the lighter energy of our upper chakras. Breathing into this space. And continuing on, take the hands up towards the throat and just be mindful here. Sometimes a hand around the throat can feel triggering or too aggressive. So whatever correlates for you or that feels right for you. And this is Vishuddha chakra. This is communication. This is our expression. This is our right to speak our truth and to be heard. This is represented by a bright royal blue color. I missed the heart chakra is represented by a green color, a deep emerald green. Vishuddha now a blue color, visualizing that. And now take 2 fingers to the third eye space. This is the space right in between the eyebrows. Ajna. This is represented by indigo blue. Maybe visualizing that color. Governing the qualities of intuition, wisdom, consciousness, and inner peace. This is where we just know. We don't know how we know, but we just know. And then allow your hand to just gently slide up and rest right on the top of your head, the crown of your head, crown chakra, Svadhisthana. This is our connection to everything, connection to the divine, connection to whatever resonates for us, Great Spirit, God, universe. And now for a moment, take your hand and allow it to just float maybe an inch over the crown of your head. And see if you can notice in that space in between the crown and where your hand is, the feel of the energy. It might feel like a magnetic pull. It might feel like a buzzing. It might just feel very subtle. But see if you can notice in that space in between the crown of the head and the hand, the energy that is in that space. And then allow your hand to rest back down onto the crown of your head. Take your other hand and draw that back down to the root. So now we're going to bridge these chakras. We're going to bring the top connected to the bottom. So underneath of the bottom hand, again, visualize that red ball of light. And again, remember, this is your safety, your survival, your stability. And now the crown chakra, this is represented sometimes by a purple color. Some people represent it with like a bright white glowing light or even a rainbow light. Whatever feels right for you, visualize that right under the hand that's on the crown of your head. And now see that brilliant light, white light at the crown and that red root light starting to move towards the center. Starting to move towards one another on the Sushumna Nadi, on that main channel where all the chakras sit, and they merge at the middle, combining. Breathing into the top hand and the bottom hand, bridging these 2 energy centers. And now take the bottom hand, scoot it up just a bit to the sacral chakra. That's that orange color. See that bright orange light? Slide the top hand down to the third eye. Could be 2 fingers right in between the eyebrows. See the orange ball of light? See the indigo ball of light at the top? And then visualize those glowing balls of light moving towards the center and merging. Third eye is our intuition. Sacral is our sensuality, is our pleasure, is our flow center. And now move the bottom hand up just a bit more to Manipura, solar plexus. That's that bright yellow light like the sun. And then take the top hand down towards the throat, Vishuddha, throat chakra, visualizing the royal blue color. So the yellow from the bottom and the blue from the top begin to move towards one another, those glowing balls of light. And they merge together right over the heart space. And if you remember back to 3rd grade art class, what makes blue and yellow when you put them together? That's green. And so now take the hands right over the heart, Anahata heart chakra. Visualizing those lights merging there, creating this emerald, brilliant, bright green color. And this light is glowing right from the center of your chest. Feel it encompassing your physical heart, and then extending front to back, side to side, top to bottom in all directions. Almost like the Care Bear stare. And just breathe into that space, feeling the energy there of love, compassion. And then allow your hands to come down. We'll tent our fingers along the sides of our hips, plugging the fingers into the ground, almost like little roots to help you sit even taller, lifting the crown of the head up towards the sky, rooting down into the sits bones. And now take a deep breath in through both of the nostrils, 2 separate channels, breathing in and up, filling up as much as you can. And then when you think you're full, take one more sip of air. Hold at the top. And now slowly exhale that air out, letting the shoulders drop, the jaw soften, pulling the belly button gently towards the spine. Let's do that again. Deep breath in, pulling the air, the prana up, 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 filling all the way. And then release. Exhaling slowly, feel everything soften from the top down. Last time, deep breath in. Fill up, fill up, fill up, hold. And then exhale, soften. You can blink your eyes open if they're closed. And we'll make our way into extended child's pose, allowing the knees to come out nice and wide on the mat. All right, let your knees go wide. Stretch your arms out long in front of you. And as you find your way here, start to shift the hips, maybe press into the hands, maybe rock the forehead side to side. And just acknowledge whatever is showing up in your body today. We'll start to cultivate our Ujjayi pranayama here, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, with that slight constriction in the back of the throat. Feel the texture of the breath moving across the throat. Let this be the rhythm for your practice. And know that if you were to stay right here and just breathe in this way, this is yoga. On your next breath in, we'll slide forward slowly into a scorpion up dog. So pressing into your hands, drop your hips down, heels come towards the back of the head as the shoulders roll open, your chin lifts, opening your throat. Exhale, drag the hips back, mindfully allowing the knees to open wide, and then melt down towards the hips back into your extended child's pose. As your hips come down, start to inch your hands over towards the right. Place your left hand on top of your right hand. Take a big breath into your left lung, and as you exhale, drag your left hip down and back. Soften your head down towards the mat. Inhale, breath. Keep the chest low, but walk your hands through center over to the other side of your mat. Anchor into your left hand. Place your right hand on top. Big breath into the right lung. Exhale, drag your right hip down and back and melt your chest down. One more big breath. Inhale, walk your hands back through center. And shift into your strong tabletop, aligning your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And let's take just a little bit of organic movement here. So that might look like side to side. It might look like circles. Just move your body around, check in. What's feeling like it's open, strong? What's feeling like there might be rigidity or tightness? And again, we're just observing this with loving awareness. No need to punish ourselves or create a narrative around it. It just simply is. Even out any of that movement that you're taking. And then with your toes tucked under now behind you, come to center. Let the knees be at least hip width apart, and we'll walk up to stand on our knees. Take your hands behind your hips, palms will face towards your hips, and your elbows will begin to squeeze back towards one another. Take a breath in, tilt your tailbone down, exhale, supported camel. Press your hips forward, lean back, squeeze the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, slowly start to come back through center. Plant your hands back on the mat, untuck your toes, and paddle out through the tops of your feet, like little beaver tails. Now press into your left hand, aligning your left wrist under the left shoulder. Kick your left leg and kickstand it out to the side. So it just tips out to the side a little bit, and we'll open up to a modified side plank facing the right long edge of your mat. And charge up from your bottom hip. And today, let's sweep our right arm over our head. Palm will face down towards the ground and anchor into your right pinky toe. We're taking this into our gate latch. So with your right arm, start to sweep that arm up towards the sky or ceiling. Staying anchored into that right foot, come to stand on your left knee with both arms over your head. Bend into your left elbow, and with your right hand, capture the left elbow or near the left elbow and tilt your body towards the right. So you're tilting towards the extended leg, gate latch pose. Inhale, come back to center, reach your arms up high. And now exhale, start to press your hips back as you reach your arms forward, coming slowly down with a flat back. When it makes sense for you, let your hands come to the mat and then just shift your body forward and back. So this is like a half extended child's pose that we're moving in and out of to like a half tabletop. See if you can keep your right hip rotated down towards the mat to continue to open up through that right hip and inner thigh. Pause at center, press firmly into both hands, and use your right inner leg strength to lift that right leg and start to send it behind you. As we bring it all the way back so the right heel is behind you, reach your left arm straight ahead, bird dog extension. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee under the body, tuck and round. Inhale, extend for length. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck and round, cat into your back. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Stay here in this strong balancing position or move into tiger pose. For tiger pose, you bend into that back leg that's elevated and sweep the left hand around to capture the pinky toe edge of your foot. If you make contact, squeeze the legs towards one another and kick your foot towards the sky. Open your chest to the left. Great job. One more breath in. Release gently without slingshotting. Let the knees go back wide and soften yourself back into your extended child's pose. This is a good point to just check in again with your breath, with any thoughts that are moving through the mind. Steadying the breath. With your next inhale, we'll come into our scorpion up dog for a second time. Bringing the chest forward, dropping the hips down, heels towards the back of the head, chest rolls open. Good. Exhale, press back, tuck your toes under behind you, walk your hands towards your hips. We'll come to stand on the knees. Sweep your arms up overhead. And then take your hands behind your hips. Second round, supported camel. Lift your chest, lean back, squeeze the elbows together. Feel the space across the collarbones growing larger, but also lifting the center of the chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale to slowly start to hinge the hips back to a neutral position. And now let's extend the opposite leg out to the side for that gate latch. So standing now on the right knee. Sweep your arms up overhead and bend into your right elbow. With your left hand, start to tip your body over towards the left leg. Peek up through the window underneath of the right elbow. And inhale, come back to center, extend your arms up. Start to press your hips back as you reach the arms forward. But when it makes sense, let the hands land down. And then we'll just shift forward and back a couple of times. Feeling into the hips, the inner thigh. Stay anchored through the pinky toe edge of the left foot. And then with the hands grounded, go ahead and take that right leg and start lower leg and start to kickstand it towards the outside right edge of your mat. We're going to sweep our left leg around so that we're in that modified side plank. Sweep your left arm over your head, your palm will face down, and your left foot is going to stay grounded for right now. Little different entry on this side. So remember that underhand like softball pitch that we've been doing. So we're going to have that same motion coming through the left hand, and we'll close our left hip. So left arm is going to come forward, left knee will land down, and we'll extend our right leg back. So now we're in bird dog extension facing center, crunching under the body and back up. Just move with your breath, catting into your back as the knee comes under. Inhaling to charge the right heel behind you when you extend. Let's do one more round. Now on this next one, you can go ahead and hold here in extension, or maybe you begin to bend. Is this the same side we did before? No? Okay, good. Grab the pinky toe edge if that's accessible. If not, just stay long and strong. And then push into that, or the foot pushes into the hand, and open your chest. Exhale, all variations, release, hand down, stick the knee down back into extended child's pose. Let your forehead find the mat, and again, settle into your breath. Ujjayi pranayama, in through the nose, out through the nose. On your next breath in, slide forward into your tabletop. And then make sure that your blocks are towards the top of your space. And we'll come into our downward facing dog. You're welcome to use blocks under hands or just have them there for future needs if necessary. Press down into the pads of your fingers and start to take some movement in your down dog. Let your head hang very heavy today, lengthening the cervical spine. And lift your tailbone just a little bit higher as you press your chest towards the tops of your thighs. Look back and see your toes at the back end of the mat and start to walk your hands back towards your toes. Forward fold at the back of your space. Grab opposite elbows for ragdoll. Let your body shift and sway. Nod your head yes and shake it no. Rock a little bit more weight into the toe portion of your foot to feel the back line of your legs light up even more. Now take a soft bend into your knees, release your arms, and as you press into your feet, begin to articulate up through the spine, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Once you make it to the top, stand tall, roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Press into your feet and circle sweep the arms overhead, Tadasana Maha Pose. Exhale, Samastitihi, take hands down to heart center. Lift your heart up into your thumbs. Deep breath in. Full breath out. If you have an intention for today's practice, you're welcome to set it here. If you're looking for inspiration, I invite the idea of just allowing for flow. Not needing to control every aspect, just being curious and see what happens. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Right, arms go back up, mountain pose, reach up high. You can reach the arms out to opposite sides and let them start to expand wide, east to west. Once the hands come behind your back again, we'll take that supported back bend, but this time from standing. Lean back, open your heart. As you exhale, start to come forward into a fold. So use your own hands to guide your hips back as you fold forward. And then when it makes sense for you, let your hands come down to the mat and walk your hands back out, one handprint at a time, like little cat paws, until you find your high plank and then downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, pressing into the hands, anchoring through the feet. And now bend your knees, look forward, and take several small steps or one big step or a hop to the top of your space. Now forward fold at the top. But grab one of your blocks, set it at the center of your space. I recommend the highest height to begin and make sure that your feet are at least hip width apart. Left hand stays grounded on the block. Take your right hand to your sacrum. That's like the back of flat part at the back of your hips. And then with that hand there, begin to rotate from the belly, the ribs, and then the shoulders to the right. Keep your left hand on the block. Good. Now, if you'd like to extend that right arm up, you're more than welcome. Reaching the right arm up, coming into our twist. Stay straight in the right leg, straight-ish, pushing it down into that right foot, and you can bend into the left knee any amount. Okay, let's exhale to release this. Take the right hand down, bending into the right knee now as the right hand finds the block, straighten the left leg, and the left arm goes up. Or actually, let's take the left hand to the sacrum first. So we focus on that twist first through that belly area, then through the rib cage, then the shoulders. Strong left leg pushing down, and then maybe that arm goes up. Now let's exhale back down. Left hand comes back down to the block. Then you can just set your block back off to the side so it's not in your way. Bend into your knees and begin to articulate again through the spine, rolling up one vertebra at a time. When you make it to the top, circle sweep your arms up and overhead. Mountain pose. Exhale, take a back bend. Inhale, arms go up, mountain pose. Exhale, fold. Hands will come down to your blocks and step back with just your left foot this time. Just that left foot steps back. Have your left heel lifted so that we're in that low lunge. We've got a good bend into our right knee. That left leg is back. And our collarbones are scooping forward. Keeping the left hand on the block, reach your right arm up high, easy twist. Take one more breath there. Again, thinking rotating from the belly button, then the ribs, then the shoulders. Okay, exhale, your right hand comes back down. Walk the block slightly more forward as you shift your weight into your right foot, floating your left leg, standing L. Left hip is dialed down for right now. The left heel is charging back. From here, begin to open your left hip. So we're going to start to rotate that left hip open, stepping back into our warrior two and circling the arms up into that warrior two stance. You may need to adjust your feet. Once you find your stable warrior two, take an inhale, reach forward with your upper body as far as you can. Release your right arm down and your left arm high, extended side angle. You might even push your right arm into the inseam of your left leg. Bound reverse triangle. Start to straighten all four limbs. Reach the right arm up and with your left hand, capture your right wrist. Pull up and back as you bump your right hip forward, anchoring into your feet, but pushing them in opposite directions. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. They might land back onto the blocks or onto the mat. Step your right foot to the back of the mat and move through your high to low, or skip it. Inhale, lower halfway down, option to drop to the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Press into your hands, roll open through the shoulders. Exhale, tuck the toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. And then just as a reminder, you can skip all of that high to low business and just meet back in a down dog if that's feeling better for you today. Take a deep breath now, preparing to move. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Now moving just a little bit faster through. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, fingertips back down to the mat. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up overhead, Tadasana mountain pose. Exhale, hands down to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms back up high, mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Let your heart lead the way. Hands will land onto your blocks. Step back with just your left foot this time, low lunge. And then charge your right heel back as you sink into that left hip, pushing down into the left big toe and scoop your chest forward. Keep your right hand on the block this time, left arm opening, easy twist to the left. Hold and breathe, rotating through the belly, the ribs, and then the shoulders. Exhale, release. Left hand comes down, squaring the shoulders back. Inch the block slightly forward and shift your weight into the front foot, now floating that right leg, standing out. So here, both legs are strong. The standing leg is pushing down, the floating leg is active, and the heel is charging back. Okay. For right now, that hip is closed, and now we're gonna open it. So start to rotate your right hip open, bend into your front knee to ease that gentle transition to warrior two. Circle the arms up. You need to adjust your stance, go ahead and then sink deep into the front knee. Inhale, stretch forward with the upper body. Left arm goes down, right arm goes high, extended side angle. Open your chest to the side of the mat, your gaze might go up. Inhale, bound reverse triangle. So we're gonna start to straighten all four limbs. Left arm reaches back, right hand captures the left wrist. We pull up and back as you bump your left hip forward and then push into both feet, but in opposite directions. Awesome. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Land your hands back down onto the mat and step your left foot back, high plank. Move through your high to low or skip it. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Take 2 breath cycles here. With your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, circle the arms up overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands down to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms wide. Ride your breath down, leading with the heart, swan diving into your forward fold. Hands find the blocks. Step back with just your left foot, low lunge. Scoop your chest forward. Charge your left heel back. Left hand stays grounded on the block. Right arm goes up high. Easy twist. Exhale, right hand comes back down. Inch the blocks forward. Shift forward, standing up. Float your left leg. Take a breath in. Open your left hip. Bend into your right knee. Land that left foot down gently. Warrior two on the right. Inhale, reach forward with your right arm. Extended side angle, right arm down, left arm high. Inhale, reverse bound triangle, straighten your front leg, reach the right arm up and back, left hand captures right wrist, and we pull up and then back gently as we anchor into the feet in opposite directions. Exhale, cartwheel your arms back down to the mat, squaring the chest. Move through your high to low chaturanga or skip it and just meet back in downward facing dog. Excellent work. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna go right at it again. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Stand tall, circle the arms overhead, root into your feet. Inhale, hands down to heart center. Arms back up, extend high. Exhale, arms wide. Chest leads the way as you come down. Forward fold, hands find the blocks. Inhale to step back with just your right foot, low lunge. Scoop the chest forward as you charge your right heel back. Right hand stays grounded, left arm goes up. Easy twist, chest opens to the left side of your mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Exhale, left hand comes down, landing back on the block. Shifting forward to our standing L. Float your right leg. 2 strong legs, standing and floating. Rotate your right hip open, bend into your front knee for a soft transition down into warrior 2. Circle the arms up. Inhale, stretch forward with the left arm. Left arm comes down, it might rest on the leg or push to the inseam. Right arm stretches up, open your chest. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana, reverse triangle, straighten the front leg, reach up and back. Right hand captures left wrist to guide it up and back. Exhale, circle your arms, back to low lunge. Step your left foot back, flow through your high to low or skip it, and meet in down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Let's soften down to our knees. Find your blocks or block. We're going to take a supported hero's pose. Of course, you don't need to use the blocks if you prefer. I like to use them just to have a little bit more gentle approach on the knees. You can go ahead, lower your hips down to your blocks. And just for a moment here, notice how this is feeling in the quadriceps and the hip flexors on that front line. And then also notice what your pelvis is doing. Oftentimes we kind of like slouch into this. See what happens if you activate and kind of find a bit of a tilt of the pelvis so that the belly button's drawn in and the tailbone is tilted slightly back. And then let your hands rest down where they feel comfortable. Soften the shoulders. We'll do just a couple of stretches for the upper back and neck here now that we're nice and warm. So let your chin come down towards your chest. And allow yourself to fully witness the weight of your head and the untethering of the intensity of all those muscles through the back of the neck that have to hold the weight of that head up. So maybe you even visualize those muscles, that soft tissue getting more pliable, more soft, more spacious, less rigid, less rope-like. And then direct your breath a little bit bigger into the belly. So we're taking those diaphragmatic breaths, expanding very big in all directions down to the deepest part of your belly. And then exhale, allowing everything to soften, releasing the old stagnant air. With our head heavy, keeping with those deep breaths, start to draw your chin from shoulder to shoulder. The next time that your right ear comes over towards your right shoulder, just pause for a moment there. Tilt your chin slightly up or slightly down, depending on what you need today. You can customize this to fit whatever you need. And then let's take our left hand right over our left collarbone. We just feel where that is. And then with an open palm, just a gentle drag or an anchoring drag towards the left armpit. So we're creating just a little bit more spaciousness or a little bit more stretch through this left side of the neck. And then if you're feeling like you could benefit from a bit more, you could take your right hand rather up to the top of the head, right above where your left ear is. And then it's like a pulling in opposite directions, but I can't highlight enough. Be very, very gentle with the head and the neck. So think of like pulling like this in opposite diagonals, but just to a gentle intensity. Sometimes less is more. Okay. Identify the top hand. We're going to release that down alongside of your mat. So you could tension into the fingers, shift your weight a bit that way, and now reach your left arm up and over your head, and you might peek up towards the sky. So now lengthening through this whole left side of the body. We're going to start to bring this down towards the front. So start to drop your chest down towards the front. We're bringing that left arm all the way across center. And then over to the other side, and we're just gonna wave our way right into that lateral stretch on the other side. Yeah, opening up through the right rib, from the right hip, armpit. Start to come back towards center. And then we'll just come back up to sit tall. Take a breath in. Exhale, chin comes back down towards the chest. And then again, maybe it's that visualization, like a bowling ball on a string, letting the head just hang super duper heavy. And then we start with the movement, side to side. And then when the timing feels right, as the head comes over towards the left shoulder, let it tilt that way. Find your edge. You could customize chin down, chin up, or anything else. And then again, gear into the deep belly breaths as more of the pushing force to gain depth rather than forcing. With an open hand, let's take that right hand over our right collarbone area. And it's just a gentle anchoring and a drag towards the armpit. Notice what that does for this space through the throat, the neck, the upper back. And then take your left hand, if you are still wanting a little bit more, up above the right ear. And it's just that, the gentlest invitation to move in opposite directions. Let's go ahead and gently release that. Top hand comes down first. Then the hand over the collarbone comes down. And assist yourself up into standing on the knees once again. And we're gonna come back to tucking the toes under. You can move the blocks out of the way as well if you feel like they're in your way. And we're gonna move into our dancing camel. So this is that big front line opener that's really flowy and moving. So we'll start with our left hand coming towards our right knee, our right hand coming towards our right hip. And my hips right now are pushing back and I'm hinged forward. As I inhale, I'm starting to lift my left arm, my right hand still on that right heel, push the hips forward. So it's again that diagonal pull, opposites. And then we're gonna swoop it up forward and all the way across. Left hand comes to the left heel, right arm circles up, hips come forward, chest opens to the sky. You guys got it. Continue to move and flow. You might hold postures if it feels like it's beneficial or it needs a little more time and space. You could even close your eyes if that feels safe for you. Just a couple more passes. And let's find our way back to tabletop once you finish this current round that you're on. And once you do find that tabletop aligned, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and we'll take some cat and cows. Inhale to drop the belly down, tilt the tailbone up. Exhale, cat pose, tuck and round, push the mat away. And we'll just flow through these two postures with your own breath. You might move a little faster or a little slower than what I am, and that's just perfect. Just follow the guidance of your own internal timing. Once you finish the current round that you're on, go ahead and pause, and we'll make our way back into downward facing dog for our last two standing series. You might pedal the knees right and left and right. Inhale your right leg high, this time for three-legged dog. Exhale to bend into your right knee, bringing the right heel towards your left glute. Press evenly into both hands. Inhale, reach the right leg up. square your right hip towards the front of the space, and then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. You might want to use a block here underneath the left hand. We'll come into that easy twist again. So opening up to the right side. Take a deep breath, and then we're going to take that underhand softball pitch action. So the right arm is going to swoop around to the front and we'll rise up into our high lunge or our crescent lunge. Once you're into your crescent lunge, take a deep breath in, sink a little lower into your hips, soften your shoulders. And now exhale, start to straighten your front leg and back leg actually as well. Back heel is going to be lifted here and the arms will sweep back, airplane arms. Inhale, come back into your high lunge, sweep the arms up overhead. We'll do that just one more time, straightening all four limbs, airplane arms, sweep back, pyramid variation. Good. From here, bend into your front knee, take your hands to your hips, and just step that left foot up towards the top of your space. Nice job. Chair pose. Sink low into your hips, Utkatasana. Press into your heels. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lift your heart up into your chest or into your hands. Exhale for a prayer twist. Begin to rotate, hooking the left elbow between your thighs or to the outside of your right thigh. Keep sitting your hips low and think about twisting through the belly, the ribs, and then the shoulders. Option to open your arms to fly, extending arms, reaching in opposite directions. Inhale, bring the hands back together. If you open the arms to fly, we'll come into standing single leg mountain. So we're going to square our chest back to the front, press into your right foot. Left knee is going to lift, arms come overhead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, assist your left foot for tree pose. It could come to your thigh. It could come to your ankle or calf. And draw hands to heart center. Option to explore different variations with the arms out or up or anything else. Just feel your steadiness here. Exhale, release, knee comes front and then back down. Release your arms down to your side, separate your feet at least hip width apart, and then just allow yourself to stand to ground. Easy standing pose. Arms are heavy along the sides of your body. You might take a couple of open mouth exhales to release some heat. Just allow yourself to be for a moment. In your next couple breath cycles, and flutter the eyes back open, step your feet back towards center. Let's circle overhead, mountain pose, reaching high, rooting into your feet. Press your palms together, and then right through heart center, we go forward, folding down to them. Exhale for a halfway lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale, hands down to the mat and step back to your high plank. If you really want to chaturanga high to low, you're welcome to take it. Otherwise, just press back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's go with the left side now. Inhale your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend into your left knee, bringing your left heel towards your seat. Press evenly into both of your hands. Inhale, extend the left leg back up high, square your hips forward, and step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Wide runner's lunge. You might bring a block underneath of your right hand. Moving into your twist, sweep your left arm up high to the sky. Squeeze into your right glute. And that softball pitch is coming, so the left arm is going to scoop us around. We use that energy to help lift us up into our high lunge, crescent lunge. Excellent. Sink a little deeper into your hips. Charge that right heel back. Okay, now coming into our pyramid variation, Start to straighten your legs. Sweep your arms back, open through the chest. Squeeze the pinkies of the hands together. A mindful transition back to the high lunge. Start to bend into your front knee. Sweep the arms overhead. Squeeze into that right glute. Exhale, pyramid variation. Start to sweep the arms back, straighten through both legs. Open through the chest. Squeeze the pinkies of the hands together. Good. Inhale, open back or lift back up to your high lunge. And then take a little bend and just step your feet up to the top of your space. All right, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit your hips low, arms go up for just a moment. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lift your heart into your hands and begin to twist towards your left. Right elbow will hook between the thighs or to the outside of the left thigh. Think about the rotation coming first through the belly, the ribs, then the shoulders. Open the arms to fly if you'd like. Good. Wrists moving in opposite directions. Hips are low. Let's draw the hands back together, knowing our left foot's going to be our anchor. Start to sweep the arms up as you lift the right knee. Single leg Tadasana. Pause for a moment there. And then gently guide your right foot towards the inside of your left thigh or calf, anywhere that feels like a good fit for today. And then hands can go back to heart, or you might explore different variations. One more breath. Draw your knee back towards center and set it back down onto the mat, circling the arms overhead, both feet rooted. Exhale, press your palms together, forward fold, all the way through down the center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands on the mat, step back to a high plank. Exhale, drop to your knees this time, and then all the way to your belly. Stack your hands one on top of each other, and let your forehead rest onto your stacked hands. Bend your knees, and let your lower legs go side to side, releasing the lower back. Coming into our surrender series, slowing everything down. The hard work is now done. Go ahead and let your legs rest back long behind you. Take a few breaths here, just breathing into the support of the mat, Mother Earth beneath you. Notice how the air, the prana, the breath moves differently when we're in this different shape. But we can still make the breath expansive. We just expand it in other ways through the back of our body. Lift the weight of your head just enough so you can extend your right arm out to the side. The right arm will rest on the mat with your palm facing down, and turn your right ear down to rest on the mat. From there, we'll bend into our left leg, and we'll bring that left leg up and over. You could stay right here, pressing into the left hand, or you might take a half bind, left arm behind the back. Most importantly, let the head be supported onto something. If it's not the ground, let it be with a block, so that you can soften the space across the upper back, the chest, and the length of the right arm. Two more deep breath cycles here. And then slowly begin to rewind yourself back towards center. In between sides, we'll take a seal pose. So press down into the toenail part of your feet engaging the glutes, walk your hands towards the top corners of your mat or maybe even wider and start to straighten your arms. So coming into this seal pose, supported back bend, and you can make this more gentle by walking the hands wider, more in front of you, or a little bit more aggressive by walking the hands back towards you so the back bend becomes a little bigger. Find a slight tuck of your chin, lift of the crown of the head up. And then see where you can minimize effort. Where do you not need to be working quite so hard? Okay, let's take a breath in. And as you exhale, slowly start to bend into your elbows, lowering your body back down to the mat. You might need to scoot the hands forward a little bit. And then we'll bring the left arm out to the side. Palm will face down on the left hand. Left ear will come to rest on the mat, and we'll bend into our right leg. Right leg comes up and over, little wing stretch. Right hand could stay pressing into the mat or resting there, or come into a half bind behind the back. The idea here is to spiral the right shoulder open towards the sky or the ceiling. Take one more breath cycle there. And now slowly rewind yourself back towards center. Invitation here for a second round of seal, or if you prefer a different back bend, you could take Sphinx, you could take Cobra, something to open the front line. Take an inhale breath, and then start to bend back into your elbows. And we're just gonna flip ourselves over here so you can keep your head on the direction that it's at. Just flip yourself over so you're lying on your back. And then once you get there, we're gonna draw the knees in towards our chest. And then with the knees in towards the chest, yeah, maybe you rock side to side, maybe you take some circles, maybe you let the hands rest over the kneecaps. Think about widening out through the width of your lower back, mid back, upper back, as much as you can. And using the mat, the surface beneath you, like a little myofascial release, a little massage tool to work out any of those areas that are feeling sticky or knotted. And let's start to finish any movement that feels uneven. And we're going to take this into a simple twist. So arms could come out to a T or a goalpost. Tilt your tailbone down to lengthen the spine. Big breath in. Exhale, knees to the right. Gaze to the left and anchor through your left shoulder blade. Take a breath in, draw belly button to spine. Use that core strength to help the transition of knees to center. Take a little teeter totter there, just finding your clean slate. Tilt the tailbone down, big breath in. Exhale, release the knees to the opposite side. And anchor through the shoulder blade. Allow the bones of the legs to feel heavy and the muscles throughout the body to now feel soft. Take an inhale breath to start to move your knees back towards center and make yourself into a little ball. Hug your arms around your shins. You might even lift your head up to connect to your knees and give yourself a tight squeeze. One last big effort of compression. And then exhale, final Shavasana. Release all effort. Let your body just simply rest and know that this might be the most important part of your practice. This is where everything integrates, everything sinks in, seen and unseen. So instead of seeing this time as doing nothing or wasteful, it's actually a necessary part of the process. So gift yourself that, allow yourself that time and space. And I'll go quiet, but know that I'm still holding this space for you, and I'll let you know when it's time to move on with your day. We'll finish our Shavasana today with just a tying in of those energy centers again, the chakras, with some affirmations that are aligned with each of the energy centers. You're welcome to repeat these affirmations silently to yourself or out loud if you'd like. We'll start with the root. If you'd like to take your hands to the physical location, you're welcome to, or you could just stay resting. Root is the legs or the hips. The affirmation is, I am steady and divinely guided. I am steady and divinely guided. And then up to the sacral chakra, the womb space, lower abdomen. The affirmation is, I am in flow when I let go. I am in flow when I let go. And now solar plexus, Manipura, up just a little higher, your inner fire. Affirmation is, I am a bright light that can't be dimmed. I am a bright light that can't be dimmed. Anahata, heart chakra, up to the heart. Affirmation, I am love without conditions. I am love without conditions. Energy center of the throat, Vishuddha. I am safe to speak my truth. I am safe to speak my truth. Third eye. I trust my inner compass. I trust my inner compass. And then crown. I am a thread in the blanket of life. I am a thread in the blanket of life. And then when you feel ready, you can start to invite in maybe a rock of the head or a wiggle of the fingers, maybe a long body stretch. And then gently roll to one side or the other. Pausing for a moment in fetal asana. And you can guide yourself up to a comfortable seat where we'll seal our practice today. Okay, take hands to Anjali Mudra, a gesture of acknowledgement that the light in me is the same as the light in you and all living beings. Go ahead and bow forward, closing our practice in gratitude. Namaste. All right, well, thank you so much for joining this morning. I hope you guys have a beautiful day ahead and it's not too humid. And I'll look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're
Bye.
so welcome. You're so welcome. Sorry about all the animal noises around.
I love it.
Distracting. Okay.
It makes me feel like I might be there when my eyes are closed.
Okay, good.
Oh, I love that. Hi, Cherise.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Thank you, Sarah. I will not be here Thursday.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, and the all the recordings are on you. Did I send you the YouTube?
Some I don't know, but I follow you, so I find them.
Okay. Okay, yeah, and
Yes.
I'll send you all if you know you're gonna be not here Thursday, I'll send you Thursdays so you stay on track.
That'd be awesome. I'm gonna try. So I have friends coming into town. I'm
Yeah,
gonna try and like do one of your recordings earlier.
yeah,
We're taking off, but
yeah.
um, but I won't be available 8:30 to 9:30. So
No worries, no worries. Well,
um,
enjoy it. Have so much fun with your friends. And Sharice, will
thank
I
you.
see you Thursday?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Last week,
perfect.
crazy. I was at the cabin, so
Yeah.
and then, 25 teenagers there. So there was no peace in my world.
All
That's
right.
a
Well, let's.
lot.
It
Yes.
was a lot, but I'm back. So yes.
Okay, good, good. Well, I'll see you guys next time I see you and have a great day.
You too.
Thanks, you too,
Bye.
Sarah.
Bye.